Welcome back. We're huddling up because I can't see the autocue if I stand over there. Welcome back. If you want to fire up the barbecue this weekend but you're worried about poisoning the neighbours with an undercooked chicken skewer, fear not.
It's not ideal. Dermot Moriarty from Safe Food is here with advice on how to stay safe when cooking outside this summer.
Welcome
Good morning
back.
to you, Dermot.
Good morning. Welcome.
You're the guy who brings all the food we can't taste.
That's it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But it's great to be here and talk.
It's very important.
Barbecues. The sun is out. Absolutely.
And the sun has come out.
This is a potential for disaster with big barbecue. It's riddled with it, isn't it?
It is. It's just people kind of lose those habits they have in the kitchen when they go out in the back garden and fire up their barbecue, and those kind of good habits go up in smoke. So this is just about following some kind of sensible advice.
Well, let's start with prepping then.
Sure.
Prepping the barbecue.
Okay.
Do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts. So I suppose light your barbecue well in advance.
Yeah.
So give yourself enough time. So it should heat up. The coals should be nice and white, so that it's ready to cook. But also, if you're defrosting meat, give yourself enough time. So 24 hours in the fridge, bottom shelf on a plate.
See, I've had this debate with you
Yes,
before.
yes,
You know,
the defrosting thing.
Yeah.
I like to defrost out of the fridge.
Okay.
But I've been told don't. My wife defrosts everything in the fridge.
Okay.
But I keep thinking, well, how's it going to defrost if it's in there and it's cold? But it is
Yeah.
the right way to do it.
It's the right way to do it. I'm going to have to go
Sorry,
with your wife
Lisa,
on
you're
this
right,
one.
chicken,
Sorry.
you're right.
She's always right.
She's
You know
always
that.
I should know that by now.
So I suppose
yeah.
with defrosting in the fridge, it defrosts at a controlled temperature.
Right, okay.
Whereas if it's outside, the temperature in your kitchen
And it
could
should
fluctuate.
come out of the freezer the night before.
Yeah,
and into
24
the
hours,
fridge. 24
in the
hours,
bottom
okay.
of your fridge. So the night before will be fine, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say we have it prepped correctly then.
Yeah. So then it's all about, I suppose, cooking it safely on
Yeah.
the barbecue. So separate utensils for raw and ready to eat. So really important thing.
Good,
So
yeah.
if you're cooking raw food, use the separate tongs for your raw food and use other equipment for your ready to eat food like salads and that.
Okay.
And then it's about making sure that you wash your hands when you handle raw meat and before you handle ready to eat things like, again, bread or salads, and making sure that it's cooked properly through.
And a lot of chefs down with that are in with us sometimes, and we'd be doing barbecue items. People forget that you can start it in the kitchen,
Sure.
and finish
And
it
finish
on the
it on the
barbecue.
barbie.
Absolutely.
You know, you can start your burgers in the oven, and then.
Do you think that's a
flash
safer
them.
way to do it, Dermot?
Well, if you're cooking for lots of people,
Yeah, it's easier.
and if you have a tiny little barbecue like this one, which is
Yeah.
great, but if you have a small barbecue and if you have lots of people coming, absolutely you can pre-cook your food in the oven, bring it outside, finishing it on the barbecue for that
Just to get
flavour.
those gorgeous
The
char
char.
marks
Absolutely,
and the
yeah.
flavour. And the other thing then is if you are cooking for loads of people, and we've all done this when we have barbecues, you buy enough food to feed the entire street.
Sure.
So in terms of when we've leftovers,
Yeah.
in terms of storing them, how long will they keep? You know, would you throw a burger out that night? Would it stay in the fridge overnight? What would you do with them?
So with any kind of leftovers in the fridge within at least 2 hours. So if you've cooked something,
Nice.
get it in the fridge within 2 hours. You can use leftovers again. You can reheat them, but if you're going to reheat them, make sure they're properly cooked and they're heated all the way through. And this burger here is a good example of a burger that's not cooked all the way through.
Oh no, baby, no.
Burnt on the outside, raw on the inside. So
that's
cook
a
it.
no-no.
So cook it all the way through.
Okay.
You'll be visiting the GP straight after.
Certainly
you
will.
eat that.
Things
But
like
Dermot,
salads really important
I think we
to
talked
get in the
about
fridge
this
too.
before. You know, there's burgers and there's a trend, isn't there, to cooking your burger a certain way.
Sure, absolutely. And
Are burgers the same as chicken, as in they need to be cooked right through?
so for burgers, for sausages, for chicken, so for any meat that's been minced up,
Yes.
or for chicken, you've got to cook it till there's no pink meat, it's piping hot, and the juices run clear.
Okay.
And the reason for that is just to make sure that they're safe to cook. Certainly, if you're cooking at home and if you're cooking for lots of people as well.
You touched on it there as well briefly, salads, because like even today now, gorgeous day, this is sitting out in the sun.
Yeah, salads are
gotta
really
watch 'em.
sensitive to temperatures,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so you want to get them covered up, only take them out when you need them, and then get them back in the fridge, when you don't
You're
need
not
them.
just you're so tempted to just lay everything out.
Exactly.
So it looks well.
And then
Exactly.
it's
But
sitting
2
there for
hours later,
hours.
your coleslaw's warm.
Exactly,
that's straight in
and
the
things
bin.
like things that have mayonnaise in them are really sensitive to temperature, so absolutely get them in the
So
fridge.
out of the last minute and into the fridge
Sure.
when people are finished.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
You'll have fruits out here as well.
Yeah, fruit are, people often overlook fruit in the barbecue. They
Yeah.
think it's all about meat and
Yeah,
burgers. Bananas, peaches like we've got here, pineapple on the barbecue, in a bit of tin foil, heat them up. They're
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic, and they're a great way to get more fruit and veg with your barbecue.
And that
It's a
is
lovely idea,
interesting
actually.
enough as well. That's an interesting, similar process if you wanted to cook fish in the barbecue.
Yep. Absolutely.
on papillote, I think they call it in the trade. You wrap it in paper
Tinfoil?
or tin foil,
Yeah.
drizzle of olive oil. But again, you can do it inside and finish it out there, couldn't
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's a great way just to add something different to your barbecue, so it's not all about burgers and sausages.
you? What's the crack with the funky sunglasses here? What are they?
Just
I didn't get
part
that in the
of
memo.
Dermot's excitement, is this?
There you go. I had to bring them along.
It's colour, it's dressing, Simon.
So it's really just the prep. Make sure the barbecue's at the correct temperature.
Yep.
The
Yes.
white heat. Make sure everything's defrosted correctly.
Yep.
And then cook it
And
properly.
the barbecue,
I mean, it sounds
of course,
simple,
should be
but-
cleaned before you start.
Yeah, if you haven't maybe used a barbecue, we had great weather a couple of weeks ago, but if you haven't used it this year, hot soapy water to clean it, or you can use oven cleaner as well, just make sure you rinse it off. And again, that washing your hands between handling raw and
you-
ready to
You
eat.
can get those great little wire brush tools. If you've got a big one
Absolutely.
with grill bars, because most of us will pull it out once a year.
Exactly.
And you haven't
Hasn't
cleaned
been
it the time
touched.
it went in last
Absolutely.
July or
That's it.
August,
That's
whenever
it.
the summer ends in Ireland, which is normally about the middle of June. Did you bring anything we can eat? No?
No.
Yeah, I brought some. It's not right here, it's somewhere else. It's in the fridge.
Torture this is.
Torture. Dermot, thank you very
Thank
much.
you
so much.
Always
Thank
a
you.
Really
pleasure.
solid tips as usual.